What's up, everybody? It's currently 4:11 in the morning, and we're headed to Florida. Now, this trip I've been planning to take this trip for about 6-8 months now, since about August. It's currently March the 25th. I was going to take this trip back in November, back before it got cold, and some things happened. I'm not going to really go too deep into it, but it was delayed. Winter happened, it was cold and frozen, and you know how it is. But we're finally able to make the trip. We're going to go down to Tampa, Florida to start out our weekend. We're going to go to Orlando, then we're going to go to Daytona and spend the rest of the week there. And after that, we're going to stop in Destin on our way back to Arkansas. And I'm not sure where we're going to go after that. We might stop somewhere in Alabama or Mississippi, or we might just come on home. But the day should be back, if nothing goes wrong, should be back Easter Sunday. What I'm fixing to do is called the Iron Butt Saddle Sore 1000, and the purpose of this is it's kind of a record or a challenge to riders, and this particular one is ride 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours, and the route that I've taken to Tampa, or route that I've picked to take to Tampa, is 1,011 miles. So I figured, I decided this about 6 months ago, prepare myself, get the bike ready, which I'm riding a 2015 Harley Sportster Super Low 883, and get the bike ready, get on it and go. I just recently put new tires on it. I put sissy bar, front pegs. I've kind of set it up for touring, put a different seat on it, put a seat cushion on it. I've set it up for touring as best as I can, which, I'm not a small person. I'm about 360-ish pounds. Damn! And this is a little bike. And it's cold. I'm not even gonna lie about it. It's a little chilly out here, and I left my coat at the house because it's supposed to be 90 degrees in Florida this weekend. But I'm fixing to stop, get some gas, get a quick bite to eat, get my first gas receipt, which will set my start time for this run, and get on the road. Alright, that's receipt number 1. I get it put in our little Ziploc bag we've got. We are back on the road. Well, gonna update y'all as I go along. I guess this is kind of a personal journal kind of thing. Motovlog, personal journal. I know it's the first time I've ever done this. second gas stop. It got really cold. I was waiting for the sun to come up. But so far it's not been that bad. I'm about 100 miles in. It's been a little foggy, been a little cold. Other than that, it's not bad. But we're about 30 miles from the Mississippi state line, crossing from Arkansas. But we're just gonna keep on pushing. We'll stop again here in about 100 miles, and I'll update y'all then. You know, I don't know, I kind of just thought about this off the top of my head. It's been about a year. A lot of people have been kind of wondering, you know, where I've been, you know, stuff like that. A lot of people have been asking me here, especially here lately, like the last few months, personal friends, you know, things like that. They've been asking me, hey Tim, when are you going to make another cooking video? You know, when are you going to make another cooking video? You know, you're talking about doing motorcycle videos. When are you going to start doing that? And, you know, the last year has been kind of crazy with COVID and everything that's been going on, you know, but I mean, it took time. I had to buy equipment, I had to get the bike ready, and you know, this is basically a brand new bike. It's only got 3,500 miles on it, but it's 2015. You know, tires were worn out, needed, you know, sissy bar, oil change, things like that. I had to get a GoPro. I mean, it's not really excuses. It's not really making excuses. I mean, it's just, you know, I work a full-time job. I work anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day at just one job, and I was there for a while working 3. But recently I stopped doing that because it was really starting to take a toll on me, like mentally, physically, and it was getting rough. And it got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. But, you know, overall, you know, it helped us build up the money for this trip. Even though it stressed me out, and I was working anywhere from, you know, 15 to 17 hours a day, just kind of depending on where I was at. And then going home, going to sleep, getting up the next day and doing it again. But it helped. You know, it kind of taught me a lot. It helped me out with bills and to get this started going again. I've got a lot of plans for this channel. I don't know if a lot of them are going to come to fruition because I do still work a full-time job. I still have 2 jobs. It's just one of them is part-time. You know, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's not bad, but that kind of cuts into my riding time on the weekends. And, you know, I've got my personal life going on. You know, this past year's been rough. And not just because of COVID, you know, not because of the COVID situation. I'm one of the lucky people that actually, you know, I got to work through it. I got to keep my job because I work in a food service now. You know, I work in a warehouse loading trucks. You know, that was my main job. But, you know, I thank God. I got lucky. Like, can't really say anything other than that. I don't enjoy my job all the time, but my job, I like what I do. But everybody has their moments where they don't like their jobs. But the important thing is, it was there when I needed it. You know, I didn't have to worry about where's my next meal coming from, where's my next bills going to be paid at. You know, how am I going to pay my next bills? It's just, and I feel bad. You know, I feel really bad for the people that had to go through that this past year. I really do. But, you know, like I said, this last year has been rough. It's been eye-opening. I'll put it that way. You know, I've been out of the country. Helped a friend back in, I think it was August. I'll post a picture down here somewhere. August, September, somewhere around that time. We went to Mexico. Got to meet up with one of my fellow Shade Tree Surgeon Discord members, 9 Meals on 2 Wheels. I'll post a picture somewhere here. And I'll post a link to his channel and everything down below. And, you know, that was an eye-opening experience. You know, the whole crossing the border thing, because that's the first time I've ever been out of the country. Like, it was interesting. You know, I'm Hispanic. You know, I don't speak Spanish. My mother's last name is Gonzalez. My grandpa was full-blooded Mexican. You know, I grew up in a somewhat Mexican household. But for the most part, I grew up like a normal American. You know. But I am Hispanic, and I'll post a picture of my outfit I was wearing down there somewhere. But I was wearing a pink shirt and a TC Bros hat, and goddamn did I stick out like a sore thumb. You know, you get to the border and like you're crossing over. I wish I could have took videos of it, but back then I didn't really have a camera to do all that because I had broken my camera by accident. But you cross the border, you go through these x-ray machines and thermal and all kinds of stuff, and then you pull up to this little checkpoint deal where they're checking your vehicle. And this guy comes to, you know, the person I was with, she speaks fluent Spanish. You know, her ex-husband now, but her husband at the time, her husband was full-blooded Spanish. You know, he was from Mexico. So she learned how to speak fluent Spanish. And this guy's talking to me, you know, saying, hey, you know, he's speaking Spanish to me, and I'm just staring at him like, I don't understand, dude. And like, he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. You know, he said he apologized, and like, she started speaking to him in Spanish, and I was trying to, you know, my dumb ass, I thought he was asking for my ID, so I'm trying to hand him a driver's license, looking like a damn fool. But, we crossed over to Mexico, and it was probably 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and every corner for the first like 2 blocks in, there's nothing but guys with machine guns. You know, bulletproof vests and guns, army people, police, random citizens is my best guess. You know, cartel is my best guess, but there, you know, it was sketchy. Like, I know it's right there on the border of over, I think Laredo, yeah, Laredo, Texas. That's where we crossed over, and it was sketchy. Like, oh Lord Jesus, sketchy as hell. And we're sitting there in the open in this parking lot, people walking past, checking out our car. We're in a brand new 2020 Jeep Renegade. Super sketchy. I mean, it was fun. No, it was an eye-opening adventure, don't get me wrong, but it was sketchy as hell. And I don't really know how well y'all can hear me, but yeah, I'm hoping my camera picks up my audio. Man, that was an adventure. We stopped in Temple, Texas on the way back. We stopped at a Buc-ee's truck stop. I had never been to one. You know, I've been all over the country. You know, my dad's a truck driver. I've been everywhere, but I've never been to a Buc-ee's. And we stopped there. I met up with Non Meals on Two Wheels, like I was saying earlier. And he was really cool. You know, he's an older gentleman, but you know, I've watched his videos. I've talked to him in the Shade Tree Discord before, and it was a really cool thing. Like, and actually, next month, no, I'm sorry, it's March right now. In May, I think it's May 21st to the 23rd, they're having Get On Moto Fest in Fort Worth, Dallas at the Texas Motor Speedway. I'm actually going to go to that and meet up with Non Mill again and try to hang out with a bunch of people from the Shade Tree Discord, and possibly, I know the wind coming off this truck is blowing my ass around like a damn feather. Woo! I hate curves next to 18-wheelers. But I got about 900 more miles. Oh, hey! Ha! I probably work with that driver. Look at that sunrise. That is gorgeous. Yeah, so we got back. It was a really fun, that was a really fun adventure. I enjoyed it. It was sketchy, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was sketchy as hell, but it was fun. Oh, I need to slow down. I'm speeding. I'm riding hot too. I ain't got no endorsement. Oops. Funny story about that too. Like, I don't have an endorsement and I'm making an iron butt run to Florida. So funny story about my whole endorsement thing. It's like, I've been riding for about 10 years off and on. I've owned 2 motorcycles. This is my second one. I've had it for about 3 years now. I drive almost an hour to Pine Bluff to go take this test. And I get there, get my test done, I pass it because I'd been studying for it real hard just to make sure I had it for this thing. And the lady sitting at the desk says, "Hey, you passed your exam, but I can't give you a permit. Arkansas changed their legislation this morning, and we don't do permits anymore. Now you have to take the permit, the driving the next day if you can or whenever, and then we give you the authorization paperwork to take to the DMV to get your endorsement, and it's $40 now."
What?
I looked at this woman. I said, "Ma'am, I'm fixing to ride this bike to Florida. When are y'all, when are y'all gonna have this paperwork in?" "Well, we might not have the paperwork for 2 to 3 weeks."
What the fuck?
I looked at her. I said, "Ma'am, really?" So I have my permit, or I passed my written exam. It's just if I would have gotten there a day before to take my test, I'd have my permit right now. But it wouldn't be any good because the new Arkansas legislation says you can't ride on the roadways with a permit. So it is what it is. But we're gonna obey the traffic laws on the way down here. We're not gonna be speeding, no wheelies, no acting crazy for the most part. We're gonna be on our best, worst behavior. We're gonna get our ass down here safely. As safe as possible because we've still got about roughly 850 to 900 miles left. I know y'all can't see it, but this damn visor I've got 2 visors for this helmet. I've got a clear visor I use at night, and I've got a silver visor with an anti-fog screen in it. And I've got the clear one on right now, and it is fogging up like a bitch. That's why there's so much wind noise, is because I've got my visor cracked. And it's horrible. I've got to give me another sticker while I'm down here for the inside of this visor. I wish I had I'm actually looking at a different helmet. I'm looking at a Pinlock from a Icon Air Flight with a Pinlock visor. I'm hoping I can get that before I go to Texas in May. But anyway, guys, we're gonna get on over to Mississippi, and I'll kind of pick back up later with y'all. I've only got 4 GoPro batteries, so I don't want them to die on me just yet. But I'll pick back with y'all here in a little bit. Gas stop number 5. We are almost to the halfway point. And my ass hurts a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But so far we're doing pretty good. We got a good pace going on. We're stopping every 100 miles. 80 to 100 miles, and it's It's going pretty good so far. Now, I don't know how it's going to be here in a little bit, because it says here I'm not supposed to get to Orlando until 10 o'clock. And then it's another 45 minutes after that to get to the Tampa. It's going to be interesting. But instead of sitting here procrastinating, let's get our ass back on the road. Mobile, Alabama, 35 miles. I don't know about y'all, I'm almost to the halfway point. I'm starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, not bad, just mostly my legs and my ass. Like, my ass is starting to get a little tender, but like I said earlier, I'm stopping every 80 to 100 miles, which I know I could run 120 to 150 on the tank. But I don't want to push my body beyond that, because I know if I push myself too hard, I'm going to burn myself out on it, and then I'm not going to be able to keep going. I'll have to stop. And I've already booked my hotel for tonight, so I ain't got no choice. But let's get through out of Mississippi, get our ass in Alabama, and get crossed over to Florida. What that smell is, but it smells really good.